Throughout my life, the 10 rings, if you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
You are a product of all who came before you.
When Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings hit theaters in 2021, it brought a fresh wave of excitement to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, the film was Marvel's first to center around an Asian superhero, delivering a blend of martial arts mastery, heartfelt storytelling, and the signature blockbuster spectacle that fans had come to expect. It introduced audiences to Shang-Chi, played by Simu Liu, a character who combined incredible fighting skills with emotional depth and inner conflict. The film not only expanded the MCU's global reach, but also paid homage to Chinese culture, mythology, and cinematic traditions in a way that felt both respectful and modern, creating one of Marvel's most visually stunning and culturally rich entries to date. The story follows Shang-Chi, a young man living a quiet life in San Francisco under the name Sean, seemingly disconnected from his mysterious past. But his calm existence is shattered when he's drawn back into the world of the Ten Rings organization, a powerful and ancient group led by his father, Wenwu, portrayed by Tony Leung. Wenwu is not just another villain, he's a deeply layered character who wields the mystical Ten Rings, each granting him incredible power and immortality. His motivations are driven by love, loss, and belief in reuniting his family, giving the story a tragic emotional foundation. As Shang-Chi faces his father, he's forced to confront the legacy of violence he tried to escape and to embrace the hero he was destined to become. Simu Liu's portrayal of Shang-Chi was widely praised for its sincerity and physicality. He brought a grounded humanity to the role, portraying a man struggling between two worlds: his father's empire built on fear and his mother's legacy of peace and honor. Liu's charisma, humor, and martial arts prowess made him instantly likable and relatable, giving Marvel a new hero with the potential to stand alongside the greats like Iron Man and Captain America. His performance resonated with audiences not only because of his fighting skills, but because of the emotional vulnerability he displayed throughout the film. The movie allowed him to explore themes of identity, family, and destiny, making Shang-Chi's journey feel deeply personal and universally inspiring. Tony Leung, one of Asia's most respected actors, delivered a standout performance as Wenwu. Rather than portraying a one-dimensional antagonist, he played a father torn between grief and obsession. His love for his wife and his children humanized his actions, making him one of Marvel's most complex and sympathetic villains. The Ten Rings themselves, powerful, mystical weapons that enhance his strength and grant longevity, served as both a source of power and a curse, symbolizing the weight of his past. His chemistry with Simu Liu was electric, their father-son conflict driving the emotional heart of the story. Their confrontation was not just about power or revenge, but about understanding and reconciliation, making the climax emotionally charged and memorable. Awkwafina brought humor and heart as Katie, Shang-Chi's best friend and loyal companion.
Her grounded perspective provided comic relief while also emphasizing the theme of finding one's purpose.
Through her journey with Shang-Chi, she discovers her own inner strength and courage, showing that heroism can take many forms. Her dynamic with Simu Liu added levity to the film's heavier moments, and her character's growth mirrored Shang-Chi's, as both learned to face their fears and embrace their true potential. The supporting cast, including Mengjiu Zhang as Shang-Chi's sister Xieling, Michelle Yeoh as Yang Nan, and Fala Chen as Li, all contributed to the emotional and visual richness of the story. Each character had their own motivations and moments of brilliance, adding depth to the world around Shang-Chi. Visually, the film was a masterclass in blending martial arts choreography with modern cinematic spectacle, The fight scenes were some of the most beautifully crafted in the MCU, taking inspiration from classic kung fu cinema while integrating Marvel's signature flair. The bus fight sequence in San Francisco became an instant fan favorite, showcasing Shang-Chi's agility, improvisation, and precision. Another standout was the elegant and poetic battle between Wenwu and Li, Shang-Chi's mother, which played more like a dance than a fight, symbolizing balance, harmony, and love. The climactic battle in the mythical village of the Lo, featuring dragons, magical creatures, and breathtaking visual effects, elevated the film into a realm of fantasy rarely seen in superhero movies. Every fight told a story, and every movement carried emotional weight, reinforcing that the true strength of the film lay in its balance of action and emotion. The mythology behind the Ten Rings organization and the Village of the Lo added a layer of depth and mystery to the MCU. Ta Lo was portrayed as a hidden world filled with ancient creatures and powerful energy, representing the balance between good and evil. The film's exploration of this realm expanded Marvel's universe beyond Earth, introducing audiences to mystical elements and legends rooted in Eastern folklore. The Ten Rings themselves were reimagined from their comic origins into sleek, mystical bracelets that emitted glowing energy, each ring symbolizing power, unity, and destiny. This creative redesign gave the film a fresh identity and visual signature, setting it apart from other superhero stories. The film also stood out for its emotional storytelling and cultural representation. It was a celebration of family, tradition, and self-acceptance, wrapped in the form of a superhero epic. It tackled the generational struggle between duty and independence, the weight of legacy, and the importance of finding balance between one's past and future. The relationship between Shang-Chi and his father mirrored universal themes of expectation and forgiveness, resonating deeply with audiences worldwide. The movie's success wasn't just in its action or visual effects, it was in its ability to tell a deeply human story within a fantastical world. The production itself was a massive achievement, combining international talent, innovative choreography, and advanced visual effects. Destin Daniel Cretton's direction emphasized emotional clarity over spectacle, ensuring that every scene, no matter how grand, had a personal connection to the characters. The cinematography by Bill Pope brought vibrancy and energy to each frame, blending neon-lit cityscapes with the natural beauty of a Lo's mystical landscapes. The musical score by Joel P. West infused the film with both modern beats and traditional Asian instruments, creating an immersive soundscape that elevated every moment. When the trailer was released, it immediately generated excitement for showcasing Marvel's first martial arts superhero film. The glimpses of high-energy fight sequences, emotional family dynamics, and the mysterious Ten Rings hinted at something both familiar and new. Fans were eager to see how the movie would connect to the larger MCU and introduce new mythologies. Upon release, audiences and critics alike praised its originality, representation, and emotional resonance. It was hailed as a landmark moment for diversity in Hollywood, breaking barriers and opening doors for more stories from different cultures within the superhero genre. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings was released in 2021, during a time when theaters were just beginning to recover from the pandemic. Despite the challenges, the film became a box office success, proving that audiences were eager for new heroes and fresh stories. It revitalized the Marvel brand with its mix of heart, humor, and cultural authenticity. The film's success also paved the way for future appearances of Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings in upcoming Marvel projects, teasing a broader exploration of their mysterious powers and legacy. The legacy of Shang-Chi goes beyond the film itself. It represented a cultural shift within the superhero genre, proving that stories rooted in specific traditions and identities could have universal appeal. It inspired pride among Asian audiences and offered representation that had long been missing in mainstream blockbusters. The film's balance of emotional storytelling, stunning visuals, and thrilling action made it one of the most refreshing additions to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Simu Liu's portrayal turned Shang-Chi into an instant fan favorite, a character defined not just by his fighting ability, but by his heart and humanity. In the end, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings stood as a triumph of storytelling, representation, and cinematic artistry. It captured the essence of what makes Marvel films so beloved while expanding the boundaries of what they can be. With its powerful performances, breathtaking choreography, and emotional core, it became not just a superhero movie, but a story about identity, family, and the strength that comes from embracing one's true self. The film's impact continues to resonate, reminding audiences that heroes can come from anywhere, and that the power of storytelling lies in the courage to share one's heritage with the world.